Good morning, students. Good morning, class. How are you? Okay, thank you. I am fine. What about you? Tell me. Okay. We have already discussed about a lot of things regarding Unit 6 Group B, that is the learning English at the elementary level. So today we will discuss about language acquisition and language learning. Yes or no? What do you mean by language acquisition? Who can say? Raise your hands. Tell me. Huh? What happened? Language acquisition and language learning. Okay. First, we will discuss about its objectives. Then later on, we will go details. Okay. Today, I have taken 3 objectives. The first one is explain the language acquisition, and the second one is explain the language learning. The third one is differentiate between language acquisition and language learning. So with this, we'll go to the next slide, and I have put on the first question, what is language acquisition? If you have any idea, please tell me. Otherwise, I will discuss it briefly. Let me tell you first. What is language acquisition? Means children have the ability to acquire one or more languages when they get adequate exposure to them. Children have the ability, that means the potent is already there, which is already existing in the wing, and we have to nurture out, we have to make a sense of mobility. With this sense of mobility, the ability will foster and they will enhance their learning. So children have the ability to acquire one or more languages when they get adequate exposure to them. That means children will acquire more when they get more opportunity to work with those languages. Whatever may be the languages, it may be his or her mother tongue, Udiya, or any colloquial languages which is surrounded within his or her atmosphere. They will acquire, that means the children will acquire more when they get more opportunity. If we get them in such a way, if we get or make opportunity for them, they will enhances their ability. That means they acquire more when they get more opportunity to work with those languages. This is absolutely an unconscious process. It is known as acquisition. It is an unconscious process. There is no consciousness. Language is automatically inherited within the being. So that is the language acquisition. Do you get my point? Yes or no? Okay. Then if this is the language acquisition, then anybody tell me, what do you mean by language learning? What do you think? What do you think? What is language learning? What do you mean by language learning? What is language learning? Who can say? Raise your hands. As you know, my dear friends, learning is doing by practice. From a layman point of view, learning is doing by practice. And language learning is a habit formation. Language learning is a habit formation. Mistakes are bad and we should be avoided it. Okay, do you get my point? Skills are learned more effectively, and it presented orally first, then in written. Taman, what do you think? Language learning is presented orally first, than in written form. Analogy is a better foundation for language learning. The meanings of words can be learned only in a linguistic and cultural context. If we give them a cultural context, then it is the language which is learned by them. That means learning by doing, or learning is doing by practice. Language learning is a habit formation, and obviously mistakes are bad and we should avoid it. Skills are learned more effectively. It presented orally first, then in a written form. Analogy is the better foundation for language learning. As you know, the meanings of words can be learned only in a linguistic and cultural context. These are the language learning. Do you get my point? Yes or no? What happened? And then we will discuss the next point, reasons for non-attainment of objectives of language 2. According to the National Curriculum Framework 2005, some reasons for our failure as a teachers in English. The reasons may be teaching the alphabet, words, phrases and sentences. And the next one is language learning is a linear growth. It is not true. Most of the time the guide, philosopher, teacher and your friend or your elders, they had talked us, or they will teach us that language learning is a linear growth. It is not true. Okay. A second language learning is a process in which varying degrees of learning and acquisition. So acquisition is a unconscious process. Learner acquire different languages when they get more exposure, when they get more opportunity. If we entangled, if we get participation, then it is the opportunity who helps them to acquire knowledge, to acquire intelligent, to acquire language. Do you get my point? So language learning and language acquisition can both be beneficial. At the same time, the first one is language learning and the second one is language acquisition. Both are two sides of a same coin. So without one we cannot go abroad. It depending on the learner's own style and strategy. It depends. The communication, the style of presentation is different from person to person and students to students, and you of course. So style of presentation and style of strategy will differ from person to person. Okay, let me tell you first. There are the needs for mimicking the process of language acquisition along with some explicit teaching. You might have noticed in newspaper, in TV, in media, in electronic process, most of the times you had noticed that someone has mimicking these sounds which is uttered by other. He or she will enhances his or her patent with a great enthusiasm. He or she perceived a lot and moderate his or her voice. According to his or her voice, they will pronounce the word, sentence, phrase, clause, whatever you may say. Okay. Now tell me, who can say, raise your hands, what is the 5 basic guiding principles of National Curriculum Framework 2005? Who can say, raise your hands? I have already discussed a lot in your previous class and of course your first year. Most of the teacher educators of my friends, they had told you several times the 5 basic principles of National Curriculum Framework 2005. Okay, thank you. Let me tell you first. The 5 basic guiding principles are such as connecting knowledge to life outside the school. We should connect the knowledge of the life outside the school. Whatever the teaching is going on inside the school, that should be a replica of his or her behavior out over the school premises, out of the school premises, out of the world, school world. There is another world which he or she is being involved to shift learning from rote method. We should shifted the learning process by rote method. We don't allow them to rote method. They will swallow the things. Okay, do you get my point? And the third one is most important features in National Curriculum Framework 2005, that is to integrate examination into classroom learning and make it more flexible. We should integrate the learning with the classroom situations and make it flexible so that they will get more exposure, they will get more knowledge. And the fourth one is to enrich the curriculum so that it goes beyond the textbook. We should enrich the curriculum. Whatever the text we will provide in the school, that should be beyond, go beyond the text. They will interact, they will fostering, they will communicate. And the most important, last not the least, basic guiding principles of 2005 NCF 2005 is nurturing an overriding identity informed by caring concerns within the democratic polity of the country. And Vyakti Satta, yes, that is the Vyakti Satta. Okay. So, English at the primary level. Okay, we should focus on what are the sources available at his or her surrounding. That is the most important features of learning English at the primary level. The first one is local radio can provide simple spoken English in comprehensible and interesting context. So there is a radio broadcasting news and we have in our locality, so we can easily enhance, we can easily make our prominence, we can easily develop our speaking capability with the help of local radio, because it provides simple spoken English in comprehensible and interesting context. Storytelling, reading out stories aloud. In our class, we should develop storytelling process. We just link one bit and let the student to join the second line. So in this connection, reading out stories aloud. We should enhance reading out stories aloud. Shared reading of big books. That means, big books means what? Different kinds of journals, magazines and cutting papers. So the use of reading cards, always we should foster teaching learning material in front of the students. In our institute there is a learning corner, TLM corner. At that time we should demonstrate, we should execute, we should exhibit the TLM with a proper manual sequence. So the use of reading cards is the most important features learning English at the elementary level. Do you get my point? Yes or no? Tell me. Then talking books, and we should imaginary concept. We should develop the portrait, the picture, the diagram, the chart, the pie chart. So in this connection, the student will assume, the student will communicate, the student will talk when they see the books. Okay. And model speech. We should renowned persons, that is the local resources. If you have there you should communicate with someone who is being expert and he or she demonstrate well. So model speech is required at the primary level. A task based and activity oriented methodology. Our interaction, our plan, our lesson will focus on task based. That means we should develop the different kinds of activity, and our activity must be oriented according to our methodology, using existing cognitive and linguistic resources. Whatever the materials we have in our institute, in our premises, we should use with a proper manner according to the existing cognitive and linguistic resources. Okay, do you get my point? Yes or no? Tell me what happened. English at the later level, that means in high order skills. So I have already discussed about the 9 competencies in English language. About among of them, vocabulary, reading and literature are most important features in it. And the first activity you should write down, you should copy in your book. Fill in the blanks with appropriate expression. Language acquisition and language learning. Whatever I have delivered here, you should make a note, prepare some points, and you should differentiate what is language acquisition and what is language learning. Minimum 5 components you have to add here, otherwise I don't give you mark. Okay, tell me what happened. You should prepare notes, what is language acquisition in another part, and the second part is what is language learning. Okay, which we have already discussed. You should make 5 components and make a table. And the second activity is like this: write some of the points why teachers fail to teach English at the primary level. One has been done for you. Let me tell you first. Putting more emphasis on grammar. The first one is putting more emphasis on grammar. Like that, you have prepared 5 other components, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With this, okay, what happened? Tell me. And the activity 3 is, in the process below mention how a child becomes able to produce its mother tongue. In our first slide, we have already discussed about if we get more exposure, if we give more opportunity, then the student will enhance their potentiality. That means the first one is gets exposure to the language through plenty of listening. If we arrange, if we make a situation where student will able to listen a lot of things, they will get exposure, they will communicate a lot. That means gets exposure to the language through plenty of listening. Like this, you have prepared 5 big components. Okay, what happened? Tell me. Do you get my point? Oh, and the next slide, that is the activity 4, suggestions for improving teaching learning English at the primary level. And for this connection, I have taken 5 aspects, and you have interpreted these 5 aspects with the help of 5 components. And the 5th activity is what do you mean by language acquisition, which I have already discussed. And the second one is how is acquisition different from learning, and that is also discussed in our class. And the third one is why do teachers fail to get the required outcome from their learners in English. And fourth one is, what are the threefold suggestions on teaching learning English at the primary level? And the fifth one is, what other skills do children learn at the later level? Do you get my point? Yes or no? Tell me what happened. And the activity 6 is, read the following questions and answer them. How many languages can you speak? You should mention here what are the languages you have in your choice and what are they. Third one is, should a teacher use mother tongue in English classes? If yes or if no, give your reasons. And for this you have to write 5 aspects, A, B, C, D, E, F, like this. Okay. And activity 7, most important activity, remind it. How can you protect our own language and promote English in our children? How can you? Write 5 points for these questions. Okay. How can you protect our own language and promote English in our children? Do you get my point? Thank you. Thank you class for watching my lesson. Thanks a lot. On the next class we will discuss about the multilingual settings of Odisha. Okay. Thank you. Thanks.